This is a range ball and it's fairly new. It's still got dimples. This is a range ball and it's not so new and the dimples are starting to smooth out. And then this is a proper golf ball. What's the difference? So I'm going to get a couple of shots with a full 60 with the range ball. I just want one decent strike. Yeah, that feels about normal. A bit of backspin. So we have seen that these range balls do spin quite a lot. 12,600 spin on there. That is lovely. Then we get through that one. Similar sort of pattern. And a bit of backspin, lovely. Right, range ball, good. Used, oh, that is way more clicky than the original range ball, lower pitched. And we go to that higher clicky thing with very worn out dimples. And with that clicky noise, it tells me that it's a much harder golf ball. Cool. That has gone straight up. And I did find this at like the range balls in open qualifying. It's landed and it's rolled out, so there's definitely less spin. Oh my days, 3,300 spin. That is 9,000 different to the first range ball. That is not very good. So first thing there, it's hit this bit because it's popped straight up. So while the ball's harder and it's got very few dimples, it can't grab the face, so it can't, where it can't get the friction and grab the face, it will ride up a bit more and just bounce off. So we get higher launch because of that. Just getting a feel for how much by. So I'm going to hit a few wedges, 7 irons, 7 woods and drivers. I don't need too many shots with each ball. I'm scared it's going to bounce back and hit me in the face. That's mental. Land and roll. And then we hit a normal golf ball just for a bit of a benchmark. Now I'm doing a few of these videos just to get a feel for how different types of range ball are, and if you're using a golf ball like this, it's quite hard and quite worn. If you hit your first few shots and the ball goes straight up, don't panic. It's not you, it's literally the golf ball. So don't let that poison your swing or your mind when you're playing golf or when you're swinging the club. Don't think, oh, I need to change my swing to try and get that down. It's literally the golf ball. And a stock golf ball. Z-Star diamond, nicely done. Land and stick. Oh, that was a tiny bit thin. Let's get 2 decent strikes. Nice. And on the green. So difference between those. So I'll take out that middle one on the Z-Star because I thinned it. It's launched much lower and spun very differently as well. But 94.99 with the decent range ball. The worn out one, 101 and 95. Spin 3, oh, just so low. So we've got like 12,500 on average with the first one, 3,200 with that hard covered, worn out dimpled golf ball. Changes the dynamics completely. So the height we get is over 100 feet and then it's around 70 feet there, averaging 85 on a normal golf ball. Spin average 8,800, very, very different. So the groupings aren't too bad. Big difference in the heights up here, but we've got pretty similar ball speeds. I mean, it's a 60-degree wedge, massive range in launch angles, huge difference. That was over 10,000, so it doesn't come up. So 12,500 there, just under 9 and 3. I've seen drivers spin more than that. Numbers wise, we're not too far different here. 99, 98, 97. The end result is fairly similar. Just if you see that golf ball go up your nostril in the worn out one, don't panic because it does just launch higher. And as ever with a range ball, you're just trying to look at a target and point the ball at the target, throw the ball at the target, try and see if you can get it somewhere near it. All these dimensions are very different, and what I'm trying to get across here is that don't let the flight of the golf ball, the range ball, interfere with your swing or poison your swing. If it doesn't quite go as far or it goes a bit further or anything like that, don't take it for face value. Seen a big difference between a 1-piece and a 2-piece range ball, and now we're just seeing what a worn out golf ball does. I'm going to pick a random club here that's already on the side. Yeah, that would do. Let's go with the Z-Star Diamond first with a 7 iron. Lovely. That's a pretty good benchmark ball. Nice, near the pin. Came off the face fairly well. A little bit of overdraw, I'm prone to that. It's a bit more upright than I'm used to, but distance and spin is kind of the main thing I'm after. Let's go into that worn out golf ball next, and you can just hear it clicking. I don't mind a ball that clicks in general, but these are bad. How bad are they? So for context, that launched at 14 degrees. Good, again, I'm looking at a target, I'm putting the ball at a target and just trying to see if I can get it to go at one. If I'm trying to hit like 150 yard board, I'm not really fussed if it reaches it or doesn't reach it. I'm just looking at that directional element. Nice. That didn't feel too bad. Same sort of place. And then one piece range ball with dimples. And sometimes the golf balls that they use on a driving range are purposely shorter so they don't go as far, so you don't lose the golf ball, so the range facility doesn't lose their resources out the back of it. I know a couple where there's like a hole of golf around the back of the driving range, and if they use proper golf balls, you're going to be hitting that fairway a lot and potentially hitting people. Again, flight was decent. I'm looking at a target, I'm trying to launch the ball at the target. How much do I gain or lose compared to a standard golf ball? Just didn't quite get there. And again, what I don't want to do is go absolutely at it on the next one because it's not going as far as it should. Or I don't want to be hitting it a certain distance on the range and then go on the course and go, right, that's how far I hit it. Because it's not. So we've got progressive movements here on the golf ball. We've got progressive heights on the golf ball there. We've got progressive speed. So we're fastest in the normal ball, slowest in the one piece range ball. The worn out one is in the middle. Launch angles, close-ish, lowest with the range one. Spin rates, progressive. Range one, worn out, normal golf ball. And then the distances vary quite a lot as well. So we've got a good 12 yards between the worst and the best. And then in the middle is the worn one. So the worn one hasn't done too bad with a 7-iron, to be fair. Let's have a go at a 7 wood. So I normally carry this 225. I've got the green at 230. Kind of want one decent one with each, which is not that. That was a bit of a toe slap. But 225 expectation. That was under 200. Wasn't that bad. 194. That was a good strike. That was a good swing. Again, I'm throwing the ball at a target. That's all I'm after with a range ball. 205 raw. Let's go with the worn out one. See if I can play the same sort of shot. Sounded higher pitched. And if you ever seen a golf ball on the driving range get up there and like shape one way and then shape back the other way, that's just because of where the dimples were so worn off. It's just aerodynamically not very good. And any little bit of wind will push it against what it started doing in the first place. Or something like that. And then the proper golf ball, Z-Star Diamond, that I use on the golf course. Oh, why's that gone left? I think I've dragged the mouse. But I've got my 226. It's actually aim one at the green. Technical fault. Yeah, there we go. Come off like a rocket. A bonk. Oh, just shy of my carry. So we've got two balls quite close to each other there. The Z-Star Diamond and the worn out golf ball, 221 against 220. Not bad at all. Not bad at all compared to each other. Spin rate's quite similar, 4979, 4978. Ball speeds, 148.8, 147.8, so it's only 1 mile an hour slower. Peak height was 96 on the range ball, the original one. The worn out ball was 110, so went a little bit higher. And then on these two balls, just between 113 average on the proper golf ball. But yeah, so the only one separating there is the one piece range ball, which has lost 20 yards. And like I say, some facilities kind of need that to happen. Now I am messing around with a few drivers. I've got the Elite 9° weight in the toe Velocore Plus 5X. And this is currently my flavour of the week. If we start with the Z-Star Diamond, let's put the green at 325. Yep, like that. 290 carry odd. Spin is nice and low. Nice, let's go range 1. And I've gone 2 degrees up, 5 degrees in to out on that. Let's see if I can replicate that shot with range 1 ball. Similar sort of shape, just hang out to the right a little bit more. More of a push draw than anything. That's landed at 250, man. 1.5 up, 5.8 into out. So similar dynamics, 1 mile an hour slower. Very, very short in comparison. Right, what happens when I go hard and smooth in this little pebble of a range ball. Again, looking for the same sort of speed, angle of attack and all that stuff. Not too bad, I can hear the higher pitched noise of it. Wow, fair play. 308. I didn't actually catch that very good. So 114 speed, it's 1 mile an hour slower than the proper golf ball. I just want to give this one more chance because the efficiency was bad. That was out of the middle of the face. Oh, I like seeing that ball hang to the right hand side, but that's just me. 2 yards different in carry, okay. But peak height there, 87 in the worn out ball. 110 in the one-piece range ball and 86 in the Z-Star Diamond. We compare these, again we're quite comparable. That worn out ball that's nice and hard in the middle with no dimples, only just slower than normal golf ball. The range ball one-piece loses loads of speed, 10 mile an hour different, raw. And the spin goes up with it and the distance goes no thank you. That's a good 45 yards short of a normal golf ball. 310 against 315, 282 against 288, that's not bad. So you're kind of getting somewhere near normal. When that core of the golf ball is a little bit harder and the ball's a little bit clickier, we're just getting a little bit more rebound off the face. When it gets really soft and low pitched, compared to a proper one, higher. These range balls, higher. The higher pitched, generally the harder the core is and the more chance of rebound off the face at certain swing speeds. But there we go. Numbers on that, not actually too bad. It's just very hard to fill a driving range with proper golf balls because they cost more. But there we go. Some golf balls are better than others. Some range balls are much better than others. What I tend to do on the driving range is I will pick out all the really bad golf balls and I'll start by just hitting wedges to a little green or something with them, and I'll get rid of all the really scabby golf balls first. And I'll leave the slightly nicer ones to use on the longer part of my game. But that's just me. See you on the next video.